My name is Dameion Royes. I was born in Kingston, Jamaica. I grew up in St. Anne's until I was 7 years old. And then I came to Canada on a cold February afternoon and grew up in Etobicoke, Ontario. So here I am. I had no visual representation at school except for a social worker, a visible social worker who worked with my family and helped to fight for us. He crafted a way academically for us to kind of make our way through the school system. And without him, we probably would have had a different pathway. So I have a lot of gratitude for that gentleman. We started with a little kiosk at Humber College. We ended up being the first black store in the Toronto Eaton Centre. So we did that. We did Yorkdale. We actually presented a partnership to the Toronto Eaton Centre with two businesses, and we split a location. So we would pay for half of the location. And that was the way of getting in. So if you can't afford the whole thing, you find creative ways of doing it. For the first month and a half, worked out beautifully. Everything was sailing along smoothly. And then the partner decided that they didn't want to be there anymore. And it was going to be up to us to now either decide to stay or leave. We decided to stay, and now we're responsible for the full rent. You're terrified. What do? You still prepare. We, walked through the butterflies and went to work. The next day, we doubled our sales at the Toronto Eaton Centre. And by doubling the sales, it kind of reinforced and boosted our confidence and kind of gave us a sign that we can actually do this. And we never looked back after that. You got to be a great seller, and you got to move product. You have to be able to connect with your customers, connect with people, so you can actually clear products off your shelves to keep the money liquid. Every month, you have to have the money to ensure that the business continues. Businesses are seasonal, and if you kind of understand your business, you get to know the nuances of when your busy months are, when the slower months are, and then you prepare for those slow months by saving some resources, saving some money, so when those cold moments come and the winter arrives, you can manage. We had moments where we had the unforeseen event, such as the pandemic. Without the cooperation of our suppliers, you don't get through those times. And that means you have to be good to your suppliers when those moments aren't tough, right? So when the tough times come, you have them as teammates. They're on your side. One of the number one things that we did for our business was, get a hand in production. What does that mean for us? We bought embroidery machines, and we started doing a lot of the work ourselves. We also do manufacturing, importing as well for other companies, other businesses that want production runs. So if they want a large production run, we'll make it overseas. We'll do it in China. We'll do it in Pakistan. But by having the machines in-house, we've now given ourselves the ability to do the production domestically. So if someone wants a smaller run, we do it right here on our premises. And that makes us nimble, it makes us flexible, and we're able to get orders to people quite quickly. Prior to the pandemic, what we were primarily known for was retail. We were a retailer, so you'd have to wait for someone to come into your place to shop, and that's how you made money. But by having your hand in production, we're able to produce for ourselves. We're also able to produce for other people. During the pandemic, when no one was coming into the stores, what were we doing? People were ordering online. You had individuals making their own passion projects, and we were producing those passion projects. And our suppliers were ensuring that we were getting the blanks that we needed to do the orders. And that's the way we kept liquidity flowing. That's the way we kept dollars, flowing through the business. That's the way we kept the lights on. Brimz embroidery, stitch game tight, all in-house, always done right.
正確に
Yeah, precision, that's the move. Yoko on the machine, that's the automatic groove. Respect.
任せてください。
Bulk orders, custom, straight from the street. Same level finish on every piece.
きれいに
Clean, that's the standard, that's the code. Kensington Market, hands-on art. You bring the idea, we stitch it with heart.
いい感じ
You need to be flexible in your day-to-day with your business, and you gotta constantly keep learning. I'm always listening to, podcasts. There are people that are industry experts. Sometimes you get best ideas from like-minded communities. In business, you should always be sharpening your edge. There's always something to learn. There's always a way to do what you're doing better. Never think that you already have all the answers and there's nothing to learn. There's always something new to learn. And if you want to be better, if you want to stick around for another 20 years, you better keep learning. Success is a mind state. It's not necessarily a destination. It's the relationship you have with, again, your customers. And it's all the things that you do to ensure that you maintain an edge. Success is also being able to take care of family and to have quality time to spend with them. You need time to rejuvenate, and you need that balance. I studied Eastern philosophical thought when I was at university, and that really helped me a lot because it was almost like it gave me an extra tool in my tool belt, something that I can go back to and read certain passages that help you to kind of be in the now, to dissipate stress, to work through things, and to not take everything so seriously. Those hurdles and obstacles are here today, but they may not be here tomorrow. So find effective ways and means to work through them. Philosophy is a great exercise of the mind that allows you to work through, difficulties and come up with different scenarios for, overcoming them. You have to be thankful when you wake up in the morning because not every day is promised. And I give myself that moment, that space in the morning to kind of ground myself and regroup. That's very important for me in terms of helping to center myself so that when I face the world, I'm 100% here. I've been a vegetarian for more than 2 decades, so I think that healthy life choices really helps my mental, space, my mental attitude. I go on the treadmill. I give myself at least 20 minutes, and that really helps me to kind of blow off some steam, get the heart pumping, and it makes me feel like I'm taking care of myself. I have this mantra that I say that my body is my temple and I am its devoted guardian. So all of these things are very important to me, and it helps me to kind of go through my day to day. And these are little things that you can do to help yourself. So you might come up with your own system of doing things, but just make sure that it's tailored to your own success. It's about what you do. And if you do the things you say you're going to do, that's what's really important.
It's a jungle out here. Come beat the rush. 40% off everything in the store this week and throughout the weekend. Come on in. Come on in.
So if I was talking to my 14 or 15-year-old self, I'd say pay more attention to lessons, because the lessons are the keys to the doorways you want to open. Learn how to build relationships. Learn how to give a firm handshake. Learn how to, have a network that you've built, that you've spent time nurturing. Because sometimes we want things from people, but we don't spend any time checking in on them to see if they're okay and to make sure that they know that we care about them. You can't always want something and call when you need something. You need to actively being part of communities. So you want to ensure that you're a stand-up person, that you're there, you're present, not only when you need something, but also by contributing and giving a hand. So if I was speaking to my 15-year-old self, I'd say pay attention to those lessons, but also be mindful of the path that you want to chart. Learn as much as you can about it. Also be very mindful of how you spend your money. You might have a $20 bill today and you spend it easily. You won't have it tomorrow and you'll never make it again. You will never make it again. And there are things you're going to want to do, and you're going to need that money to invest in yourself. So be mindful and put some of it away so you can invest in yourself. If you want to study, you want to go to school, you're going to need money for that. You want to start a business, you're going to need money for that. And when you have that, that's what we call seed money, and that's what you'll use to to start any kind of endeavor that you want to embark on. I'm going to give you my big one, or my big two. Carpe diem. Seize the day. Seize the day. That's one, actually. I'll give you one. Carpe diem. Seize the day. The other one is based on a poem that I love from William Blake, and it says, "No bird soars too high if it flies with its own wings." Realize that what you need, you ultimately possess within, but it's for you to discover the talents that you have within, to bring them out. And when you discover them, you don't have to worry about falling. You're like a bird who has its own wings, and you can fly, you can soar, if you believe in yourself, and if you take the time to discover those gems that are within. The third one, be present and formulate relationships that will come back to support you. Very key. Without that, you don't have a community. And they say there are no guarantees in life except the cultivation of good friends. And that goes to your network as well.
Hey, everybody! Winter's coming, so I decided to test out the new beanies for you. I got the new mountain climber beanie on to protect me from the elements, so I'm all good. Let's go! The mountain climber beanie's coming with me. It got me protected. I'm getting to the top, and I won't stop. Made it! Made it! I'm exhausted, but I couldn't have done it without my new mountain climber beanie. They're available in 5 colors. There's one for you. I'm out.